that sings, and it took me 3,779 keystrokes when I rewrote the whole damn thing. And I want you to read out loud in front of me hungry, but not too fast. Because dwelling in those past words, last I heard, is a practice worth practicing. Only if you think you know what I mean when I end my lines with a rhyme that hums through your eardrums forever. You might be right, because I've never been this close to exposing my notes to strangers, strangled by the ignorance of self-motivated silence. Like violins with the strings cut off, and the most electrifying musicians in the world holding nothing but a piece of wood in their hands. Do this for me. Take an 8.5 by 11-inch note card and for 5 minutes a day, just 5 minutes this way, try to stay away from those infomercials, commercials telling you they're selling you something you require to flourish. And instead, become nourished with the sight of black ballpoint confessions impressing into your mind sometime in your life when you felt like telling me you hate the way we are. When we tell each other we love one another and behave in the complete opposite direction. This is encouragement. This is a vehement testament to the dissent that rules our lives and thrives behind the impetus of words. Because I've heard so many people spitting at the images they imagine ought to be better, if not better presented on the nightly news, and they resent their so-called consent to the existence they never had a voice in. If you want to be a leader reading to knee-high humans about the world they are going to inherit, without scaring them too much or in such a way that they ignore the errors of yesterday and send friends to pile dirt upon the names of famed forefathers defiled in their graves, or saving up their last days to see the free tongues of their kin swallow hollow promises without questioning the bent intentions of those with pens big enough to write on the sides of skyscrapers. Scraping layers of nonsense from our heads and pushing the void between you and me instead of investing resources in the salvation of the archaic idea of us? Then stand up when you feel like sitting down. I feel this way anyway. I believe in the lungs you couldn't live without. And if you doubt the impact you can have in the world you see, take 5 steps forward and try to act like you've been there before. Once more, I want you to move your feet, walk out your front door, and if the sun is shining, fine. But if it's not that hot, you can't stand the cold, tough luck, get bold. Start fleeing from the standstill you still find comfort in. And run until your heartbeat moves, in tune with the moon and the sun, and in and out of the soft shadows and into the light. That's right, I want you to gallop for a whole damn day, a week if you have to. And if after all the pulse-pounding pressure gets to your head, and if you're not dead, take a look at the trail of dust behind you and find it must be your dreams trying to catch up because they are no longer ahead of you. They're mingling with the particles of the present you've outdone by running into the future at full force, breaking the barrier that keeps reality from entering your bloodstream. Take a breath, take a minute, stop and look at the very real. How does this moment feel? Now write about everything. If you prefer, then sing. Choose about how many mistakes you wish to erase, and how many faces it takes to tell a story about the life you've made. But for every stroke in each letter, remember that you're better off than 100% of the unwritten world hurtling by your head. Now rewrite the whole damn thing. Yeah.